Yeah, sure thing. I mean, first, Ollie, congratulations on the debut. Now that you've had time to sort of reflect on this past 7 days, I mean, what's the feeling of being able to run on for the Wallabies against England at Twickenham?
Yeah, it was a massive achievement for me and my family. It's something that I've dreamt of since I was a kid. So for it to happen also at Twickenham, where I've got my wife around the corner, close to where I live, it was a bit of I couldn't have written a better script for myself personally. I'm just really grateful. That's kind of the overwhelming feeling I've got is of gratitude for the opportunity and the chance to put on the jersey and sing the anthem and then to get on the pitch. As I said after the game, would have been happy with 10 seconds. So I've got the cap now, and yeah, it's just a massive feeling of gratitude for me more than anything.
I mean, we saw like during that anthem, you were nearly in tears just to get that opportunity to run on in that Wallabies jersey. A family made it over in time. Like
Yeah.
that's something special. What was their reaction when you told them and then just after the game catching up with them?
Yeah, during the anthem, I had the waterworks flowing, same as when I got told I was in the team. It's just a culmination of a lot of hard work. I've kind of been at this pretty much full time since I was 14 years old and got put into an academy, and then I've been kind of grafting ever since. And I came over here and thought that my Wallaby dream was kind of over, and then to get this opportunity out of the blue was just. It was crazy for me, and I think my emotions kind of took over a couple of times during the week. But once I got on the field, it was just really another game of rugby, and I just tried to contribute with all that I could. So, yeah, after the game, seeing my family in the stands and stuff, I hadn't seen my parents for a while. It was just they were actually opposite me during the national anthem, so I clocked eyes with them when I was singing, and that kind of got the waterworks flying. But it was just an amazing experience, mate. My family have put in a lot of effort as well as me behind the scenes to get me to where I am in my career, and yeah, it was a culmination of a lot of hard work from a lot of people. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity.
Now that you know that the dream is this close and that it's not over, does this make you more inclined to think about making that move back to Australia and try and push for, say, 22 or 23 World Cup?
Mate, I've barely processed what's gone on last week. I haven't even thought that far ahead. At the moment, I'm with London Irish, and I've got another year with London Irish after this. So we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, I'm really grateful for the opportunity right now. And for the immediate future, I'm with London Irish, and I'm focused on helping them do as well as I can. And then once contract talks come after that, we'll see what happens. But yeah, for now, I'm really happy where I am. And playing for the Wallabies is a blessing, and I'll just keep rolling with the punches and see what happens.
Just one final one for me for the both of you. I mean, it was a great moment, but ultimately it was still a defeat. Ollie first and Rob, have you guys been able to sort of go through that review process yet? And what sort of stood out from that?
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about it a bit after the game and as players this morning. We just don't think we managed to really even fire a shot. We didn't play the type of rugby that we wanted to. We didn't really put any sustained pressure on the English because with our errors and our penalty count. So, I mean, we know that we were so much better than what we showed. I think the boys showed back in the Rugby Championship and the way they played against South Africa and stuff that we're capable of being one of the best teams in the world. And I don't think that we really put off any foot in the game over the weekend because of our errors and penalty count.
Rob, is that the same feeling having gone through and playing those rugby champion games where you got on that 5-game winning streak to then essentially give, I think it was 18 penalties on the day. Was it a frustrating performance from your end as well?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, same as Ollie, we weren't able to fire a shot, and as a playing group, we thought we let ourselves down with discipline. Giving away 18 penalties. It's hard to win a Test match away when you're giving away 18 penalties. So, new week this week, and sort of want to end the tour on a high and review hard, and then try to pull everything on, try and prep well for this week, and hopefully go out with a bang this Saturday.
Rob, what do you put you've been part of that winning run before the last couple of losses, and discipline wasn't really an issue through those games. What do you put the discipline issues in the last 2 weeks down to? Is it just is it panic in big moments, or what do you think as a team? Because they all seem to be sort of individual areas throughout, and not really something that coaches can have any, I suppose, control over.
Yeah, we just thought some of the penalties we thought that we did were pretty dumb. just offsides and obviously the high tackles, lifting tackles. That's onus on ourselves, and we have a big thing around that. Just not giving away stupid penalties in critical games like that. And that's just something that we've been sort of working on during the week, and unfortunately on Saturday it didn't happen. So I guess the only way you can try to get better at it is training this week, and try to get better with discipline and just be hard on each other.
In the back row, mate, Hoops has his scans today, but it's probably unlikely he'll play on the weekend. How do you feel like, how much are you going to miss him? Lining up alongside him is obviously had such an amazing year, but if he is out and it's Pete Samu, what's it going to be like to line up alongside him?
Yeah, obviously Hoops is a massive loss. Obviously our captain, but probably the biggest workhorse in our team. He never stops, and that's something that the team will miss. But also you probably don't miss that with Pete Samu as well, or if Colby Fainga steps up as well. Both of them have big confidence and trust that they will come in and do the job. But obviously a big loss with Hoops out if he's out. So.
And as a team, what do you specifically want to get out of this last game? Well, this is a question for both of you. Like, is it just a matter of getting back on track, finishing the season and play as well as you did in Australia in this last game, or what do you want to? Is it as simple as just getting a win on the board? What do you want to get out of this last game?
We've had a talk about it as players, and we want to end the tour on a high. Sort of just want to put everything out there. We've had a tough year, a long year as well, and I guess we just want to go out there and put a good 80-minute performance, away from home as well, in front of a big crowd, something that we can be happy with, and head back home and be happy.
Yeah, I'll just echo that. For someone who's come in towards the end of the tour, like, you can see how close the group is and how much they care for each other and how much they're proud to represent the country. So I think it's massive for us as a playing group to make sure that these guys hop on their plane back home with a sense of pride, and that people are happy with the efforts that are put in, and we play our brand of rugby. We spoke about making sure that we leave our stamp on the match and make sure that we play the brand of rugby that Australia is known for and that worked so well for them earlier in the year. So I haven't got the long flight back to Australia to think about it. I've got a little car journey back home, but still I'd love to, whether I'm playing or not, be part of the group that really played the brand of rugby that they're proud of.
Rob, if the performance this weekend isn't good, and do you think that it will leave a bit of a hollow feeling, and almost after those 5 wins and the highs and the high of that, will that almost be like forgotten because of what would be a poor tour if you can't get the job done this weekend?
Not exactly. I think having those wins, especially against South Africa and one of the best teams in the world, I think we can all be happy and proud about that. But obviously, with the spring tour, having not win any games, I think probably it's not something that we want. It's not an outcome that we want. But I think for us, like I said, we just want to go out there and play a brand that we're happy with, win, lose, or draw. It's something that we can be proud of, and an 80-minute performance that that we're all proud of each other. And it's been a big year for us, but just want to end on a good game.
Rob, for you personally, mate, you've obviously been able to translate your super form into test form this season. How happy are you with your sort of breakout year on the test level, and you've been able to cement a spot and be one of the first guys picked in that pack every week?
Yeah, obviously pretty happy to sort of translate my form into test rugby. Obviously at the start of the year with test, I was probably wasn't finding my rhythm and getting into it. But just happy to be playing Wallabies rugby, and with all the competition as well in the background. I'm just happy that I'm getting to play some minutes with this back row. So yeah, just happy.
What do you put that down to? The fact you probably your first few tests weren't as good as you would have liked, weren't as good as you were playing for the Brumbies, and something sort of clicked, and you're now playing just as well for the Brumbies as you are for the Wallabies. What is that? Is it just being comfortable at that level? Is it playing in with those guys more often in the back row? What do you put it down to?
Yeah, I'll probably say I was a bit nervous at the start of the year. Sort of just being selected, and this year was probably my first year as well starting. Even though I've been in the system for a bit, I think just nervous about starting, and I guess just coming off a good super season and then trying to replicate that. But then you sort of had a chat with Hoops. I forgot what game it was, but yeah, he sort of just said to me, just don't hold back. Just let everything go and just play your game. And I sort of got that from a few of the boys, and just happened, and just started playing, I guess, decent rugby, and something that I'm happy about.
Rob, you spent the best part of, I think, about 4 months on the road away from Canberra. I mean, the majority of this group has spent a fair amount of time away from home. How do you go about sort of dealing with it and not making sure it sort of wanes on you mentally with a sort of finish line in sight?
Yeah, I guess this group's pretty tight. We're all away from our families, like you said, for 4 months. The Sydney boys probably a bit longer. I guess being in like a COVID environment where we're not allowed out, and have to stick with each other. I think just little things like playing card games or just hanging out in each other's rooms. I think just being tight there, it's sort of a family away from family. And it sort of feels like that as well. And I guess that helps as well, because everyone's going through the same thing. So we're all here for each other, and I know that I got a brother next to me, and there's someone I can talk to if I need anything or help dealing with it.